I do. I'm a nurse. I float on. That's what I do. I float to the IC or the ICU step down units, the other units, surgical units, and then the ED. I like the ED best, but my specialty, like my specific specialty, has been in cardiac. I've worked in cardiac most of the last year.
That's scary.
Why?
Like cardiac arrest.
Oh yeah, like most of them are either being monitored for a possible heart attack, or they're like being cleared of having a heart attack, or they came from the cath lab, or like they're going to the cath lab in the morning, or they're like need to be closely monitored in case they have another heart attack and they gotta wait till in the morning.
That's scary.
Yeah, it's pretty scary because like you have to.
I bet it was scarier in New York.
New York was way scarier because you didn't know what any of the people was doing. You didn't know what was about to happen. Like, and you literally barely even knew anything about the patients.
And then there was
coming in
like
so quick, coming in like that,
running around
and
and
then
stuff.
like yes, and like in one hospital, like in a normal, not COVID area at times, but
Right.
like in a normal hospital, you're gonna hear like a code, like a code airway or a code blue or a code one, whatever your hospital calls it, which means like cardiac arrest and they're about to get intubated.
Yeah.
You'll hear that maybe 3 times, I would say. Five is a lot for like that's maybe a little bit of a higher limit for like a shift on a level 1 trauma center. I usually don't ever hear more than 2 codes or shift or 3 codes. We heard 26 codes my first night in New York City.
Oh my God.
Yeah, on COVID.
And if it's your patient, right?
It was no. These were not my patients that night especially, but it's my first night in the hospital. But yeah, if they're your patients,
You had to bag.
you would do something. It was just depend when you have a code. Usually, like they're not like planned. You don't ever plan to code them. So whenever there's code, you code. Somebody's gonna grab the crash cart. Somebody's grab the code blue. But usually, your floor should have a plan in place. Like, hey, when there's a code tonight, if y'all hear a code.
And code means like somebody's dead.
Yeah. Well, there's different codes, yeah. But code in general, usually if we're like, hey, there's a code. Code blue is like cardiac arrest.
Gotcha.
My hospital calls a code blue code 1, which I think is very.
Did you bag bodies?
Like, you mean like do compressions?
No, I'm saying when.
Oh yeah, yes.
They were your patients.
In New York City, yeah.
I mean, obviously, it's
we
not
had
your
special.
fault that
We
they're
had
dying.
yeah, no.
Like,
a lot of them were planned. A lot of them were planned. Like we knew they were. No, about planned. Like they were like they had been on vents. They were on vented, intubated patients. They were on breathing machines. They take them off the machine, let them die naturally. DNRs. They didn't want to be intubated, so they knew that they needed intubation, and they weren't all. They did believe in intubation. A lot of people don't believe in breathing machines. My grandmother did a breathing machine. She wanted no unnatural nutrition, no unnatural breathing. So
they were able to get through that.
I think I got through it because
you're just strong.
Because I just knew, like, okay,
you just have to.
Because I know if I'm there, it's gonna happen. If I'm not there, it's still gonna happen. Like,
right.
So I might as well just be there.
And a lot of nurses died.
Our unit manager of the floor we worked on, at the New York City Hospital died from it. He was only 34, I think.
It did never scare you?
No.
It never scared you.
I don't know.
She's over here. She's putting on her clothing and everything. She's ready for the day. Like she's ready to help. You know what I'm saying?
I know because I did get scared my first day because because I got on the plane to go to New York from Pensacola.
It was a quick decision.
Well, I had it was a 48-hour decision. So I get on the plane. And there's 3 other people on a 747. And I'm like, all right, crazy. Nobody's coming to LaGuardia today. Last minute, I see 2 people running up, and it's 2 other nurses in their scrubs.
My God.
And I'm like, okay, so we're literally all
there for the same reason.
The same reason, and then there's one dumb, Hawaiian shirt.
Oh,
I don't know.
Were they allowed to? People were allowed to move around like that.
People were allowed.
Because I know that in New York,
they just shut down a ton of flights. You could do what you wanted to do.
In New York,
they couldn't. In New York, yeah, you couldn't. You weren't. Yeah, everything was shut down, but like the airports were open. They still had. Yeah, they couldn't stop all night. Like they couldn't just stop flights.
I thought everybody was just in their homes starving to death.
No, they had people still like essential workers. They still had to get from point A to point B. There's some doctors that have to be on one side of the country one night, the other side the other night. There's people that fly to work every day. You know what I mean? So that's what I do, anyways. Like,
you're amazing.
But I don't do it in that same fashion anymore. I'm not traveling as of right now yet. But I have a new baby. That's the only reason I'm not traveling. But I miss traveling a lot. But I do like my new job. My new job is really cool. I get to see a lot of cool stuff. We're one of the biggest trauma centers in the Gulf Coast or on the Gulf Coast.
Check her out if you ever have cardiac arrest. I'm just kidding.
No, don't do that.
What's up, man? You talking about your guitar effect, bro? Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. Let's go.
You need a surfer